festivalcircuit.com and the director of the Oregon Screams Horror Film Festival. The Oregon Screams Horror Film Festival Summer 2022 is an event we just held on August the 21st. Had a great time at the Clinton Street Theater. And we are joined by the director of Mirror Mirror, which was nominated for the Best Experimental Film Award. Katya, hello. Thank you for coming.
Hello.
And you're coming from across the pond, I see. I appreciate that.
Yeah, in good old England. Sun is set over here. I've got all the lighting on. In Mirror world, always.
So you're not on the set of Mirror Mirror right now. That's what you're telling me.
I'm always on the set of Mirror.
Well, I appreciate that. Great film. I just want to say I got a lot of comments about your lead actor, Paul, in the film, or one of your actors, Paul, in the film, as being an extra creepy guy. So I just want you to know that's actually a compliment at a horror film festival because creepy is the name of the game. So
nice.
Appreciate just your performance by your entire team, and I just want to get into it, but I don't want to give away your synopsis. So good job, but tell us what it's about.
So it's essentially about blending the old and the new together to focus and hone in on our relationship with technology, and it's very loosely around. So I've got WhatsApps coming in and my dog. It's about suicide as well, so that's quite a big theme of it. And actually during the making of the film I lost 3 people to suicide, so it was quite a traumatic thing in itself. And in the film there's like fires that happens. That's how she lost her family in the film, and we had fires on set, so it was very kind of the blending, like really like the set became reality, which was pretty maddening.
My goodness, I had no idea. This is quite the backstory.
Yeah, there's a lot to it.
Your film definitely takes the viewer to another world, to another place. Obviously, you've touched on some of the motivations for creating the film in the first place.
I just got my dogs decided to pipe up.
Yeah, take a moment. You're okay.
It's all right, dog. Go on. There we go. All right, he's fine now.
No worries.
I've got a ceramic dog and a real small dog, by the way. I wasn't just touching the ceramic dog.
But she's weird.
Yeah, a bit lost her mind a little bit there.
Yeah, no worries. Continuing, no problem.
Yeah.
But I was asking you about your motivation for making this film. Obviously, you touched on that a little bit. It was a COVID era film. Talk about why this one. Like why did you put your time, effort, and energy into creating this film?
For this, I was just given full freedom, which I think is quite rare and quite hard to find. And it was really kind of the first film where I've ever been given that, to really explore what it is that I want to say and what's important. And I think for me, it's like, we need to be, I've lost a lot of dear friends to suicide. And I think it's important for us to try and understand why someone might get to that place, and to really kind of get into the heads of what that trauma might create and the feeling it might create, so that we can create more empathy and more understanding to save other people from doing that thing. But it's also about technology's, role within that, and how it can bring people to that point. And
Sure.
and it's hold over us as well, without us even knowing. It's got a big hold on who we are as people. So that's why I wanted to tell this story. And I think to have like this sort of sci-fi element shot with 16mm and kind of really creating a new world that people can dive into. It's not regurgitating the same old shit. We're doing something fresh and exciting and new, and hopefully with the vision to continue it. So
not everyone decides to roll out and shoot old school film anymore.
Yeah.
So it stands out. I mean, people were like, is this a plug-in? Or, and
nah.
I think that people, why film? I mean, you got to go into that. Is it you're just a purist, or you had an opportunity, or, I mean, what happened?
Well, it wasn't an opposite because it was very low budget. Everyone was like, you can't shoot on film. You can't shoot on film. But I fought for it. I was like, I don't care if we have to do one take of this scene. We're going to shoot on film.
Wow.
Because there's something about the magic of, and I started out filming, how I started out is I started out filming on VHS and just filming bands and stuff, and people just liked the footage that I was shooting. So they said, oh, can you make a music video? Can you do this? So I've always been around analog forms of filming. And with that, I think you capture a certain magic. It's like the physical imprinting of something onto something. You're kind of capturing that moment. It's not coding, and it's real. You know, it feels real.
Mm.
And also the magic that it creates on set. Everyone works a little bit differently because they really respect this thing that you're doing, and they respect its time, and they respect that everything has to be perfect. And in that, it creates a certain type of energy on set, which is what makes the magic. That's what we're looking to capture, the magic. So yeah, that's why I shot on film. It wasn't easy though.
Wow. Well, I was going to ask you what you learned on this thing. It sounds like you went through, some challenges. Talk about that.
Yeah, so 2 days before filming, after 4 days of cancelling the shoot 4 times, we finally got to the filming. It was all had a few kind of, we're 10 grand short, and 2 days before filming, both my producers dropped out, and I had to find 10 grand in 2 days to finish it off.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So that was an experience. Yeah, what did I learn? That you just got to really trust and believe in what you're doing, and that will allow other people to believe and trust in what you're doing, and then come out of it the other side really happy, and coming through an experience that you've really created something special together.
Wow. Yeah, that's impressive. So what do you have going on in the future? Are you continuing to do more work on this one? Are you scheduling some other things? Or what's going on?
So in the future, I'm working on a feature film about Marilyn Monroe. So that's all that I can say at the moment.
Mm.
But I think her in the world of Mirror Mirror is going to be quite interesting.
Okay. So it looks like are we looking at a part 2, or are you still working on the film? Like, what is it with Mirror Mirror you're still doing?
Mirror Mirror still needs to be graded, which is one of the beauties of working with film, is, especially when you're working with VFX as well, and, sending files back and forth, and when you've got no budget to work with, everyone doing you favors. But we've got an amazing grader on it. So he did like Alice Through the Looking Glass. He did a lot of the dailies for like James Bond and stuff. So once it is finished, that's the other thing I did with this film, is I wanted to do everything properly. I didn't back down. I said I wanted a certain lens. Only 4 of them existed in the UK, but I wanted to shoot that through that lens. And with that lens, that's what we shot the keyhole shot through, which is like so big to the film. So it's always, that's one thing I've learned, is just like, you've really got to fight for what you believe in and what you want to do, because there's going to be so many people around you saying, nah, just take the easy route. Like, we just want to make a bit of cash on you. That's what I've learned.
Yeah, that's tough. But when you have vision, believing in yourself, that's you change something within yourself when you push yourself, right? You become a better filmmaker, you become a better person. And this is with anything you do, not necessarily filmmaking, but you have a vision, and not everybody can see what you see, right? And sometimes you just have to stick with it, and you have to go for it. And what you created in this, and no one said anything about the grading, at the screening, but
good.
What you created an environment. You created a world. You created something different, and you created something that makes people think. There's nothing that looks like your film.
That's very beautiful. Thank you.
That was screened there. So, good job on this. I hope we see more of you and your film in the future. And if you're ever stateside, we'd love to have you at an event. So I just appreciate your time today. And
no, thank you so much. Sorry for the darkness and the. Well, it's got very dark now, hasn't it?
We all know you did this on purpose. No, it's okay.
Staged
it's
it all.
Great. Is there anything that you want to add before we go?
Just to say, just a massive thank you, and for what you're doing as well, and supporting filmmakers and providing a stage for films to be shown. And thank you, to anyone who's watched the film and who will have an interest in the film in the future. So.
Excellent. All right. Appreciate it. Can't thank you enough for thinking of us. So Well, you have a good one. Looks like you're
You
turning
too.
in for the night there. The day's just
I
getting started here in the US.
just starting working. I'm a night owl.
All right, good stuff.
All right.
It was good talking to you. Take it easy.
Thank you so much. You too.